Alright folks, make a quick update here. The winter rye, as you can see, is starting to turn color. So the winter rye is looking good. It's getting some weeds in it, but it is what it is. Look how tall this stuff is. I bet you this is all of 5.5 feet tall. I would say most of it averages 4.5 feet. All the seeds that are going to be on there. I'm hoping this winter rye yields 50-60 bushel the acre. Be a pretty good turnout on something I didn't even plant a full bushel the acre on. So that's what she's looking like. The second crop hay is coming back nice. It'd be nice to throw some AMS on it and some urea and some more potash, but I don't think I can afford to do that this year, so she's gonna have to do what it's gonna do. And I still need to spray my silage corn here. It's windy every day, which makes it really hard to spray. But this end is really grassy, and this end here is going to have the most compaction because the cows, where that gate where they're standing by, they have to walk out that every day, you know, when I'm out here feeding them. So it's funny how the soil is more compacted, but the grass is growing like crazy. Look at this. That's from the deer eating my corn off. But yeah, and then they have to knock them over and kill them too. But so yeah, this needs to be sprayed. And then I need to get some AMS and some urea to spread on here. You can see it should be a little bit darker green than it is. I haven't put any fertilizer on this, just whatever manure from the cows last year over winter. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but see where the grass gets darker there? About from that point back is where the cows outwintered. I'm probably moving the camera too fast, it's not gonna focus very well. But that corn back there probably has 6 inches on this corn up here. This grass and these other weeds in here, this lamb's quarter and whatnot, isn't really helping this corn any because it's stealing nitrogen from it. Whatever nitrogen that's actually getting from the rain and from the soil. So I need to get this sprayed. And I just come from NRCS. And John, if you guys, any of you guys that watched the pasture walk field thing that we had, John was the speaker, the guy from it. He's my NRCS guy that I deal with. He's bringing out an interseeder on either Monday or Tuesday, and we are going to interseed part of this field. We're going to interseed crimson clover in it. It's getting to be the point now where this corn is it's got to get planted quick. Because if we don't plant it soon, I'm going to run into the same thing I had last year, where last year I broadcasted medium red clover, and the problem is the corn canopy too quick, and then the red clover never germinated. The only places it germinated was on the headlands, obviously, where there's less corn because of turning from spraying, fertilizing, and everything. And then along the woods, which I added to pasture, the corn never grew very good along the woods because obviously it was shaded too much by the trees. So the clover grew really well along there. So that's where I threw the fence up, and I just decided to add to pasture for now until I get those trees thinned out. And then I may add it back to field, may leave it pasture. The future is undecided. Great thing with fencing is you can always take it down, you can always move it, whatever. But anyways, we're gonna Monday or Tuesday we're gonna interseed. They've got an interseeder that mounts on the 3-point of the tractor, And basically it'll plant this row, between this row and between these rows. So basically it'll plant on both sides of 2 rows of the corn. And then we're gonna plant, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the field, you know, on one side of it with that. And then I'm gonna skip 8-10 rows, whatever. Then I'm gonna broadcast seed the other part with my big herd spinner spreader. And we're gonna compare the drilled versus the broadcast and see how that turns out. Like I say, I haven't put any urea on anything this year. No nitrogen whatsoever. So this corn is basically going off of what is in the ground. And the whole idea of trying to get this clover to grow is for nitrogen for next year. Apparently crimson clover will winter kill. They say a bunch of guys that are using it have not had it winter kill. So we're gonna kind of experiment with that. But so this is what the silage corn is looking like. And I'm gonna, once I get done this field, I'm gonna take the truck and drive over to the other land and show you guys the beans and the corn over there. The field of corn over there I had to replant on June 8th because there's a bare spot right here. Well, this ground was so hard from the cows that I couldn't get the drill or the corn planter in the ground. And I don't really know if it was a matter of not being able to get the corn planter in the ground or if it was the seed was bouncing back out. I ended up setting the corn planter deeper on this field because of this other field that I'm going to show you. Jake noticed in one of my videos that it wasn't closing the seed trench. Well, that was part of the problem. The other part was it wasn't planted deep enough. So when I planted this field, I set the corn planter deeper, and this is much better. Over there, I don't know if 50% of the corn came. So I ended up replanting it, and now all that corn is coming, so I'll show you guys that. That was a little curve with the corn planter. I've never, back when I was still doing tillage, I shallowed up the seed depth on the corn planter. Well, dumb me never set it back deeper, and apparently for the last 5 or 6 years I've been lucky. And this year it kind of bite me in the butt that I wasn't paying attention to that. So yeah, that's a little bit of a kick in the butt on the corn planter thing, but live and learn, right? That's farming. So this corn was planted May 23rd, and then I had to replant one field over there. I replanted that on June 8th, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then I'll show you my issues with the grain drill. Been watching Bandit's videos, and he's having problems with his no-till drill. And I made a comment to him about changing the wheels. Well, I watched your video this morning, Bandit, and yeah, you're right. I don't know how you would change those, because mine has rubber wheels with a universal bearing in there where I can put basically any wheel behind the row you and I want on mine, and yours is pretty much what it has is all you can put on there. But on my beans over there, one side of my drill ran out before the other, and me being in a hurry, I didn't really check the drill as often as I should have, and you can tell right where the drill ran out on one side. So I have places I miss. So, but I guess for my first year of raising beans, it's gonna have issues like that. So I'll head back over there, or I'll head over to those 2 fields and show you guys those. And the cows are back on the hill. I didn't get a video of moving them, but I've been going to. And I know Jay, he was wondering about the risers. You can see that riser is holding that wire up for the cows to go under. So the cows can basically go anywhere and go underneath that wire. So yeah, the cows are back on the hill right now. I did not get a video of moving them. If there's any interest in me moving cows and stuff like that, somebody leave me a message and I'll try and get a video of that. It seems like there's more interest in the crops than there are in the cattle, so I haven't been making as many cattle videos as I have of the crops and whatnot. So, but I'm gonna head to the pickup. We'll go get a Wimpy and we'll drive over to the other field there, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, so we can all learn from each other's mistakes.